welcome to this tutorial series on microservices. This is my second video on microservices. Last video was introduction on microservices. So here I'm going to create a application from the scratch uh, using Spring Boot and Zuul proxy and Spring Cloud. So let's get started. So this is the application architecture I am going to create. So if you see here, we have the UI layer, then API gateway. For API gateway, I'm using Zuul proxy, and service registry. For that, I'm using Eureka, and this service registry is something where all the the microservices are registered. Why they are registered? Because we have thousands of microservices, so each we know that each microservice is a single process, so that should have some port and then service name and then URL. So to maintaining those URLs, we generally use this design pattern. This is a design pattern. uh, so using Eureka design pattern, we can register all those microservices, and we just need to give the service name while we uh, need particular microservices. So this will handle the communication between the microservices. So 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 one more thing here. You see this API gateway. API gateway is actually work as a proxy pattern. So whatever requests come from the UI, it should go to the API gateway. So this proxy will route all the requests from the UI to the service registry, and the service registry will have all these microservices. Here I'm using auto service, product service, and DB service. So in this architecture, I will be using order service that call product service and product service call DB service. So yeah, so let's create a DB service first. I'm going to create a DB service, then after I will create a product service. So this in this video I'm only creating DB service. So for that I will be using Spring initializer for that. So for DB service we need so the artifact should be ecommerce DB service. Okay. So for this DB service, we need the web MVC, Spring MVC. We need JPA, and we need a MySQL connector. That's it. So let's generate this project. Okay, so the project is generated successfully. So, so I will be importing this project. So let's save it somewhere. Save it on desktop. Okay, so let's import this on Eclipse. I'm using Eclipse for development. So it's a Maven project, so we will use this option to import as an existing Maven project. This will take some time because I'm using this type of project um, first time, and this will download all the required dependencies first. Yes, downloading the dependencies. Yeah, it's done. Fine. So, okay, well, it's still importing it. So in this project, I will be creating a product entity, and then I will be creating a repository to access the product entity and save it and get the products. Okay, there are some errors here. Mm, okay, fine. So as we see, we downloaded this project. So let's find out what all dependencies are there in the pom.xml file. Let's check it. Yeah, there is a Spring Boot starter parent, and then we have a JPA starter web and MySQL connector. Okay, fine. And so let's create a product entity first. Creating a product entity class inside a model package. So this entity class. So should use entity annotation. Then table annotation, and the name will be product. The catalog, actually it's a database name, so can have a database name like ecommerce. Okay, so this entity class, I will create some of the fields for this entity class. It's not showing the option. Yeah, it came. Okay, so first we should use an ID annotation for private and ID, and it should use a generated value. Okay, so this should be generation type here. We need to use generation type dot auto. Okay, so this should be strategy. Yeah. So we have to use column annotation. Can give a name as ID. Okay, so we'll create some more columns like name and type. We have to create the setter and getters also. Okay, so now we will create I'm using JPA repository here, Spring JPA, so I should create a, JPA repository inside repository package. Give it as a product repository. This should be an interface, and it should extends JPA repository. And there we should pass our entity. Okay, that's it. So this JPA repository is actually a class file that will have some default implementation of, so we can perform some common operation using this JPA repository. So now I'm going to create the REST endpoint class. So this should be in different package. You can give the package name resource and product resource. Okay. So here we need to give REST controller annotation. This is the annotation that we use for the REST endpoints. So here we have to use request mapping. So request mapping, we can give some default mapping for this class. So each request will be route from this common URL. So here I have to provide JPA repository that we have configured. So there should be product repository. So we'll create some endpoints for REST. So let's create one post mapping for save purpose, to saving the products, and create a function save. This function, we should pass the request body. The request body is we need the product as a request body that we are going to save. So product should come from the request body, and we just need to use repository.save function to save it. And that's it. That's about the save function. Now we can create one more function that is for getting the all products from the DB. So let's create a get mapping, get all products. So we don't need any request body here. Get products. So we can use find all function of this. This should return us a list of products. Oops, okay. Okay, so that's it about some uh, coding about the coding. So some more annotation where that we need to provide. One is component scan annotation. Yeah, it should be base packages. Okay, and here we need to give the default package actually. So this will be the package. Okay, and second annotation that we need to provide is enable JPA repositories. So the package should be the repositories. In this case, I have only one repository in this package. So if we have n number of repositories, so we can create all those into this package. And so using this annotation enable JPA repository, it will directly get the repositories from this package. So component scan is something uh, that is a default annotation is used while your application starts. So component scan will firstly check out all the annotation in this package and it will dynamically create the objects. Okay, so that's about the configurations. One more is, yeah. So in application.property, we need to give the DB details, service name. Uh, so I already have those details here, so I can copy them. And okay, so for this, can change it here. Okay, should be ecommerce DB. Give any name here and can give any port. So DB is fine, DB details are fine. Okay, so I think here we need to give a test or okay, we can use test here. Okay, yep, that's it. So now we can start this application, then we can test it. So for testing purpose I will be using Postman. So that is a plugin that Chrome provide us. So it's a good plugin. We can using it we can test our REST endpoints very easily. So this is a Postman. Okay, so let's yeah start it. Okay, so this is so let's try to delete. Okay, so I'm using this endpoint. So as we see in our resources, what is our endpoint? It's a DB products. Okay, DB products, and then first we need to save it. So we have a save function here. So in the request body, we uh, need to pass the products as a request body. So here we need to give name and type. That's it. And the header should be application JSON. Oh, let's try to send it. Okay, something is wrong here. The body is fine. Oh, shit. This should be string. Okay, this should be string. I made a mistake actually. We need to create the setters again. Okay, let's try to restart it again. Okay, the service. Yeah, started. So let's try to send it again. I think this should work now. Okay, let's check our DB. Okay, showing empty set. Think data is not saved. Check for the errors. Incorrect integer value given for the column. I think it is still taking as an integer. Rather than passing as a string, but it is still taking as an integer value. But we converted it to string, right? It's just a string. Try to restart it again. Oops. I think the table we need to, okay, because the table is created as an integer value. Yeah, so we need to drop it. Okay, it's done. So let's try to send it again. So table product is not exist. It should be created automatically. Okay, let's try to restart it again. Yep. Now I think it is done. So I can, so yeah. So if we see the records are inserted. So if we use, we have one more endpoint, right? So if we use here get all products, I think the need to check it again. Shall we get all products? Yes. Yeah. So now we see the information is coming. If we insert one more, let's say if we insert one more record here with same, now there are two records. So if we send it again, oops, it's a get request. Yeah, now two records are coming. Fine. So we have created this DB service. This is working fine. So now I will be creating. So let's discuss about this more. So I think here we created a product entity and other configurations are same. Then these are the two endpoints. So these are working fine. So now I will be creating product service. So because we are directly accessing the URLs of the DB, so we will use the product service for that purpose to access the DB service. So we will create a new product service for that. So that's all for this video. For next video I will be continue on this architecture. So yeah, thanks for watching. Yeah, thanks for your time. Bye bye.